promises will be stretched as we try to cover it all, but we'll do our best. Here in just a little bit, you'll see 3 different screens on the broadcast, and that'll show the 3 different mats, and so that should help. We'll try to keep up with the action as we go, but bear with us.
Knew it's going to be a good day when they played the Whitney Houston rendition of the Star Spangled Banner to get us going here in Asheville. Kind of got me fired up as a full day of action here in Asheville. Appalachian State, defending champions. They have won 5 of the last 10 tournament crowns. Remember, last year, Sawyer, Stephen Montry in the heavyweight division, they needed that. Citadel was right there on the heels, and Campbell finishing right there. It turned out to be very close at the end of last year's championship.
It did. The team title did. It came down to the very last match of the tournament, heavyweight division finals, and we'll see if we have another exciting one like that. The Citadel is coming off of a regular season championship, so they have continued to stay strong this year, and we'll see how things shake out this weekend.
3 teams sharing the regular season crown, and as Sawyer told you, 3 mats going this morning as we're underway. What are you looking for here early, partner, just to get us started here this morning?
Keep in mind, this first little bit of wrestling is not in the actual bracket of the tournament, or it's what's known as the pigtails. So this is really wrestling just to get into the normal bracket. And so these are going to be guys that are just fighting to even be in the tournament here. And you know, the SoCon tournament's an exciting time. Postseason in general is an exciting time in any sport because you just never know what's going to happen. 8th seed guys can come out and beat number 1 seeds, and it just gets real exciting real quick. So that's what I'll be hoping for. We got some scores here early on mat 1 and mat 2. We got a takedown from the Citadel's Termini here on mat 2, and on mat 1, VMI's, I'm sorry here, I'll have to catch the name.
So Sawyer told you, if you take a look at your screen, your top left, that's obviously what's going on as far as mat 1, and then mat 2, that's Ortez versus Termini in the 141 weight class, then Sly versus Phillips in that bottom screen.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That is Cody Tanner from VMI with an early takedown and now near fall on mat number 1. Looking to get a fall here early in the first period. And there it is. That's a fall on mat 1 for Cody Tanner of VMI. On mat 3, we've got some action going on too. Now a 7-0 lead.
That's Ryan Phillips, Sawyer of Campbell against Charlie Sly of Gardner-Webb.
Citadel's Termini in on another shot here with a second takedown. So now a 6-1 lead for the Citadel's Termini over Presbyterian's York.
You were talking with some of the officials before we got started. There have been some rule changes, some rule tweaks this year, a little bit different.
Well, yeah, in the last few years, there's been quite a lot of rule changes, so I'll try to cover those as we go. One big one, it's not new to this year, but as a 3-point takedown, that's still new to me. For as long as I can remember, a takedown was 2 points, and so a 3-point takedown is a big change in the sport of wrestling. Over on mat number 3, we've got some excitement going on. That is, I'm sorry, keeping up with names here is oh, okay. Yep, sorry, that's Charlie Sly. Gardner-Webb just with a takedown and near fall, a little Russian lat throw, kind of a lat drop from a Russian to take the lead. He was trailing, I believe it was 7-0 before that.
He was. It's quite a comeback by Sly over on mat 3. AC split screen, of course, mat 2 on your left, mat 3 on your right. Termini continuing to lead on mat 2. So up next on mat 1 is Brandon Jacoby of Presbyterian, Ryan Vigil of VMI.
And Termini from the Citadel with a turn right at the end of the first period. They're catching the fall. Had a 9-1 lead as he came to the close of the first period and was able to get the turn and fall right with 2 seconds left in the first.
Termini, the native of Atlanta, the redshirt junior, with the win on mat 2. A good start for the Citadel. Again, that's Jacoby of PC and Ryan Vigil of VMI over on mat 1. Sly and Phillips engaged in a good one over on mat 3.
Sly with an escape in the second period. Looked for a takedown there on the edge, but action was called out, so we're still neutral. He's leading 9-7 over Phillips of Campbell. Phillips in on a shot here. Coming to his feet. Sly broke the hands, able to get his foot back to the mat.
Over on mat 2, action underway there. Joshua Rowe of PC, Ryan Bolatino of Campbell. Bolatino, the graduate student from Haddonfield, New Jersey.
There with a takedown on mat number 3 for Sly of Gardner-Webb. Now advances his lead 12-7. Phillips looking for a reversal here. I think he might just have it as time expires. No points scored.
Again, this is just the pigtails getting us started here today. Full day of wrestling heading your way from Asheville. First round to start at 11. And then a full afternoon. Well, this is some match over on mat 3, isn't it?
Sly with another takedown. So Phillips with an escape and Sly with another takedown there on mat number 3, now leading 15-8. So 7-point lead there. He began trailing 7-0 in the first. So now he's flipped that lead around in his favor. Big comeback there.
Again, Jacoby and Vigil. Vigil with a big lead over on mat 1. Bolatino and Rowe grappling on mat 2.
On mat 1, Ryan Vigil of VMI leading 10-1 over Brandon Jacoby. Presbyterian going into the second period. Vigil on bottom. He's up to his feet looking for an escape here.
Sawyer, I can't imagine it's easy to come out here and, you know, come out with energy, try to set a tone for your team. Getting out here early.
Yeah, one of the things about the postseason is that you just wrestled an entire season. So a lot of wear on these guys. You'll see, I'm sure that there are plenty of these guys that are banged up, not feeling their best, but wrestling is one of those beautiful sports where you get to show up and cut weight and not feel your best and be expected to perform at the highest level you can. And
just
that's
power through it.
Yeah.
Lengthy delay over on mat 3 before that continues. Vigil with a solid performance over on mat number 1 for VMI.
Yeah, he's extended his lead.
Good crowd here at Kimmel Arena. Expect it to grow over the course of the day. And get loud as we go further into the weekend.
There's a technical fall on mat number 1 for Ryan Vigil of VMI. So for those watching at home, as soon as one of the wrestlers advances their lead to 15 points or more above their opponent, the match is over. That's a technical fall. It's effectively it's similar to like a mercy rule that you might see in other sports. It's scored higher, so the scoring for each of these victories in descending order would be a fall, which would be a pin, a technical fall, a major decision, and then a decision. I won't get into the specifics of scoring because it's a little more nuanced in a team tournament like this, but suffice to say that a technical fall is a big opportunity for teams to score additional points.
Congratulations to Ryan Vigil, the senior, Westminster, Colorado, with the big moment for VMI. Hornick and Reynolds up next for Gardner Webb over on mat 1.
Just over 1 minute left over on mat number 3 between Phillips and Sly. Sly continuing to lead now 12-9, so Phillips has closed that gap a little bit here. Still got 3 points to make up. Right now, Phillips actually has riding time at 57 seconds. Not a factor right now, but could play into the end result of this match. Just over 30 seconds left in the third period.
Well, they have been locked up in quite a battle over there on mat 3.
Sly with another 2-on-1 locked up. This is what he used to throw Phillips in the first period to take the lead. Nothing came from it. As a time runs down, Sly maintains his lead for Gardner Webb with a big comeback win over Ryan Phillips of Campbell. Final score 12-9.
A great momentum start for Gardner Webb. Charlie Sly of the Running Bulldogs. Heck of a performance. New Jersey native, the sophomore, gets the win. Denals, the University of Virginia transfer, with a big lead over on mat number 1.
He's got a bottom leg Turk in right now, he's securing some near fall right now. That will result in a technical fall. He's going to look and see if he can get a fall here before letting Hornick off his back. There's 4 points near fall and the technical fall in favor of Denals of Gardner Webb.
Domination over on mat number 1 over Hornick of Presbyterian.
Mat number 2, Bolatino Campbell leading over Rowe of Presbyterian 10-3. We're neutral right now. It looks like Rowe is looking to secure a takedown. And there it is, awarded. Now a 6-10 lead for Bolatino. There's an escape for Bolatino. Just 15 seconds left in the match here. Bolatino in on a shot. Edge of the mat here.
Meanwhile, battle of the Andrews over on mat number 3. Andrew Wilson of Gardner-Webb, Andrew Barford of VMI.
Right now, Wilson leading 3-0. Just over a minute passed in the match so far. We got a stalemate. We're back on our feet. Sorry, not back on our feet. Reset.
Bolatino takes it on mat number 2 over Joshua Rowe.
Bradford up to his feet on the edge of the mat. Action goes out of bounds. Another reset.
It's interesting when you watch some of the opening action in these mats, and some wrestlers, Sawyer, it seems like they just go right at one another right away. Like they don't wait to attack. Other matches seem to be a little bit more of a, I don't know, kind of a chess match out there getting started, kind of waiting for their moment.
Yeah, a lot of that will depend on the style of the wrestler. Some of it will depend on the weight class as well. I would say that as we get into the higher weights, generally, the action is going to be a little bit slower, a little bit more what you might call methodical.
Was that your approach? Were you more of the methodical type when you were out there on the mat?
Well, I wasn't athletic enough to do much more than be methodical, and I'll give myself some grace and call it methodical. Maybe it was just slow, but that's how it ended up being one way or another.
This is Cole Will of VMI, Anthony Brown of Presbyterian as the big boys going out there on mat number 2.
VMI's Will leading 3-1 right now with one takedown, in on another shot. Second takedown here, and a half right in with some near fall. He's going to be looking for a fall. And there it is. Just 49 seconds into the match. Big fall for Cole Will of VMI.
Oh, nice moment for the rookie, Cole Will, not wasting any time.
Looks like our last match of the Pigtails is still rolling on mat number 3. We're still in the first period. 10 seconds, just about 10 seconds rolling down now. Correction, we've got one more match on mat 3 in this first Pigtail round of wrestling.
So just one more match over here on mat number 3. As this is, again, Battle of the Andrews. Wilson of Gardner-Webb, Barford of VMI.
Going into the second, we're on our feet.
Andrew Wilson's got the cheering section behind him.
Now a 6-point lead with a big takedown to start off the second. He's got 2.5 minutes of riding time here. So I'd expect him to ride for, or be able to ride for a little while longer here in the second. We'll see if he decides to cut him loose and rack up the lead, or if he's going to keep on working for a turn.
See if Barford for VMI can start to turn this around a little bit.
Action goes out of bounds. Barford was on his feet. We're going to reset in the middle. Wilson riding tough here. Now more than 3 minutes of riding time. And that's secured now with less than 3 minutes left in the match. So Wilson will be awarded an additional point at the end of the match for riding time. For anyone watching at home that doesn't know, as a wrestler is in control on top, they'll have riding time allocated to them. And if control changes to the other wrestler, then the original wrestler's riding time will then start to count down, and when it gets to 0, it will then start to count up for the wrestler that's on top. And if one of the wrestlers ends the match with 1 minute or more of riding time, they'll be awarded an additional point at the end of the match. So here, Wilson for Gardner-Webb with 4 minutes of riding time now going into the third will be awarded that additional point.
That always tends to come up big as we go into the weekend on those close matches. That ride time ends up a lot of times being very important.
It can be very big. It can be very big.
One more match to come on mat 3 here in this pigtail start to Friday morning action.
There's another. Oh, nothing yet. Looks to be. Oh, some neutral danger coming in here. And there's a takedown for Andrew Wilson of Gardner-Webb. That's the third takedown early here in the third period. We started the period on our feet. He's got a major decision secured right now. I'll be curious to see if he continues to ride. I see his coach is calling to go neutral, to cut Andrew Bradford loose, to see if he can score some more takedowns and look for a technical fall here. Right now he's got 7 points effectively, but with that riding time, really 6 points that he's got to make up in order to secure a tech fall. Action goes out of bounds, and a stall call against Bradford from VMI. One more stall. That'll be a point for Wilson. Bradford in on a shot. Looks like he's got his own takedown secured there. Just under a minute left in the match. Bradford looking to cut him. So another point for Wilson. An escape. Action on the edge here. So Wilson looking to push it to a tech fall. Isn't quite paying off here. He got taken down there at the edge by Bradford of VMI. Still with a commanding lead. There's another takedown for Wilson. Now a 9-point, effectively 10-point lead for Andrew Wilson of Gardner-Webb.
Yeah, that ride time more than secured for him.
15 seconds left. I think that he's going to, well, obviously he's going to settle for that major decision. Still good to get bonus points on the board for Gardner-Webb.
What a performance by Andrew Wilson. Still one more match to come here on mat 3.
We're underway here on mat number 3. Brady Jolling from Davidson and Joe Calvin of Bellarmine. Now on mat 1, we've got our first action of this first round. Cooper Flynn of Chattanooga with a 3-point takedown over Fernando Dominguez, Presbyterian.
Cooper Flynn, an all-conference selection, saw here. The Minnesota transfer, the senior for Chattanooga.
Flynn with a big return there. Was looking for a step through Turk, wasn't quite able to get to it.
Well, I was just going to say, more folks starting to file in here. Crowd starting to increase as we move along today.
Got some scrambling over on mat number 3. Davidson's jawling was in on a single, elevated up in the air. Joe Calvin from Bellarmine took some action back to him. Almost looked like he was going to pick and get his own takedown, and now we're scrambling on the mat. Davidson now around behind looking to secure a takedown. There's 3 points for Brady Jolling of Davidson, and another takedown on mat 2. Cooper Foster from App State over Sims from the Citadel.
So 3-0 on each mat. Flynn in the lead in mat 1. Foster out front on mat 2, and Joling out front. Again, 3-0, the lead on each mat.
Stall call now on mat number 1 against Dominguez Presbyterian on bottom.
Flynn with some ride time starting to accrue over on mat 1 as well.
One near fall swipe, running an arm bar, and that's a 2 count at least. Looking for more, and a fall, and the fall is called in favor of Cooper Flynn, Chattanooga, over Fernando Dominguez, Presbyterian on mat 1.
So Flynn, the all-conference selection, with a nice performance on mat 1. Well, we remember Sims from last year, Sawyer, and the great weekend that he had.
Yep. Returning SoCon champion now, the number 3 seed this year. So with some room to make up, trailing 3-0 against Foster of App State. 1 minute left in the first period. There's a caution called on Foster. False start. Sims up to his feet, looking to roll away. Foster doing a good job following hips. Sims now with an escape. Trailing 3-1 with 40 seconds left here in this first period on mat number 2. And we're getting right into the 133-pound action on, I'm sorry, that's not 133. That's just the next match of 125 on mat number 1.
That's Waylon Rogers of VMI Sawyer versus Tyson Lane of Gardner-Webb. A lot of eyes on this second mat, obviously, with Sims, the defending champion.
We got good action over on mat 3. No change in score yet since that initial takedown. Potentially dangerous called on the edge. We're going to come back to neutral. Sims now with the coin flip decision. He's going to go down to start the second period. Phil, at the end of the first period, the referee will flip a coin that's colored red or green, and whoever wins that toss will have a decision. They'll get to pick whether they want to start the second period on top, on bottom, on their feet, or they want to defer their choice over to the other wrestler. Whoever makes the decision at the end of the first, the other wrestler will have the same decision to make at the beginning of the third. At the end of the second, they won't be able to defer though. Each wrestler's got to make a choice either at the beginning of the second or third period. Sims up to his feet. Now just trailing 1 point. Riding time is a factor right now, only with 2 seconds in favor of Foster, App State. Sims real active on his feet here, not able to get to a leg.
Foster, a local guy from Newland, North Carolina. Obviously, App State going for another team title this weekend. Still 3-0 over on Mat 3. No score change there between Joling and Calvin.
Looks like we got a break for a headgear issue. For our Davidson wrestler, Joling trying to get his headgear figured out so he can get back to action. Sims in on a shot now. Foster, oh, now he's got a near side cradle locked up. Foster looked like he was going to take action back to him, but he's got a near side cradle locked up. His hip's on the ground. I'm not sure if that's a takedown quite yet, but it's surely close. Oh, it was called. That's my correction. So three-point takedown called on mat number 2 here. Sims now taking the lead 3-5 over Foster, and near fall with this cradle. He's got 4 secured, and he's looking for a fall. That's time. That surely was close. But now Sims taking a much more commanding lead, 3-9, going into the third period. Foster chooses down.
Sims really picking his moment there.
So
there's
Sims,
another look.
with the near side cradle here, was able to bump Foster over his hip and get the near fall. It was very close to a fall there for a little bit. Foster able to squeak through the period. Now on bottom, looking to see if he can turn the rest of the match around. With that second period takedown, riding time is now not a factor in favor of Foster, about 10 seconds right now. So Sims was able to eat away at that. Foster to his feet. 5-point lead in favor of Sims.
Yeah, that ride time was up over 1 minute for Foster, and Sims has taken that off.
Sims in on another shot now. Able to turn a single into a double. Now coming out the back door, we're dumped over on her hip. 45 seconds left in the match. Doesn't appear like Sims is wanting to be too aggressive here with his lanky opponent, Cooper Foster from App State. In on another shot now, head outside single, looking to come high. Foster immediately attacking the crotch of Sims. Now trying to sit the corner. Sims isn't going to want to hang out too much here and let Foster keep creeping in advance. Now turning it into a takedown. It could be near fall. He's got the leg split. Could be looking for near fall here with just a few seconds left in the match. And Sims from the Citadel finishes with a 12-4 victory over Cooper Foster of App State.
So Sims, the defending champion, had a fight on his hands from Foster of App State. He wins it 12-4. And Lane and Rogers knotted up in a good one over on mat 1, Sawyer.
Yep, tied 4-4 right now. Riding time at 1 minute 34 seconds in favor of Lane from Gardner-Webb. 30 seconds left in the second period.
See Joling and Calvin over on mat 3. Minute of riding time plus for Joling.
Calvin with a nice duck takedown over Joling of Davidson. Taking the lead now 5-6 with just over a minute left here in the third period.
Sawyer got the Wrestler of the Year in the Southern Conference now. Working on mat 2, TK Davis of Gardner-Webb. 2026 Wrestler of the Year in the league.
Tanner, VMI, was in on a shot. Davis with a good defense and a little knee pick to a takedown there on mat number 2. We're still tied up on mat number 1 between Rogers VMI and Lane Gardner-Webb. Minute and a half left in that match. Rogers from VMI now taking riding time below 1 minute. So we are officially tied up with a minute 20 left. But now with the escape, that's a correction there. With the escape, Lane is leading 4-5. Now with just over a minute left in the third.
A great match over on mat number 3, Calvin and Joling.
Davis looking now for his third takedown in this first period. There it is. Takes his lead now 9-2 over Tanner of VMI. Just over a minute here left in the first period.
Very close over on mat 1, as we said. And then as we told you, TK Davis, Wrestler of the Year with a 9-2 lead now on mat 2.
Mat 3, Logan Heil. Tracy Ekman from Bellarmine. Starting off there at 133. There's a takedown to end the match on mat number 1 for Gardner-Webb's Tyson Lane over Waylon Rogers. Finishing up the match 8-4.
Davis with a minute plus of ride time on mat 2 against Tanner.
Commanding lead as we enter into the second period here. Now on mat number 1, Jarvis Little, App State, and Tegan Vasquez of the Citadel, 133 quarterfinals. Davis in on another shot now. Able to secure another takedown. Looks like he's going to cut Tanner from VMI. There again on another takedown. Cut him again. In on another shot, takedown again. I imagine he's going to look to cut him one more time and secure the tech fall. Right now he does effectively have a technical fall. if you include his ride time, here with this near fall, if he secures it, he will end the match here in the second period. And he does. And that's that on mat number 2, TK Davis, technical fall over Cody Tanner, VMI.
So the SoCon Wrestler of the Year, the native of Rockmart, Georgia, with a convincing win on mat number 2 for the Runnin' Bulldogs.
Logan Heil there with a takedown on mat number 3 to take the lead over Ekman of Bellarmine. Ekman up to his feet. Now we're tied at 4. First period just about to end here. 5 seconds left.
Action on mat 1. Jarvis Little of Appalachian State, Tegan Vasquez of the Citadel.
Little leading now 3-0 over Vasquez with just about a minute left in the first period. Ekman to his feet over on mat number 3, started the second period on bottom. Now with a 1-point lead over Heil of Campbell. Here on mat number 2, Luke Passarelli from Davidson wrestling Ethan Uhorchuk, Chattanooga. Uhorchuk now extending his lead 6-1 over Passarelli.
Uhorchuk, an all-freshman team member for the Mocs.
There's a second takedown on mat number 1 for Little of App State to extend his lead 6-1 over Tegan Vasquez of the Citadel. As we finish up the first period on mat number 1. Uhorchuk now with some near fall on mat 2. 3 awarded. 1 escape for Passarelli. We're back on our feet. A minute and a half left here in the first period. Uhorchuk leading 13-2.
Tight contest over on mat 3. Sawyer, Logan Heil of Campbell, Trace Ekman of Bellarmine. Ekman with a 5-4 lead. And as the second period winds down over there, that should be close going into the third.
We've got another takedown and then escape on mat number 2 for Uhorchuk. He's now leading 16-3. One more takedown will secure a tech fall here. Just under a minute left in the first period.
So Uhorchuk looking for that tech fall on mat 2, the all-freshman team selection for Chattanooga. Minute plus of ride time for him as well.
There with the final takedown for Uhorchuk to secure this technical fall over Passarelli at Davidson. We're all tied up on mat number 3 between Heil and Ekman. 5-5, minute 20 left in the match over there. Riding time is not a factor.
It is a factor over on mat number 1, Sawyer. Jarvis Little with nearly 3 minutes of it.
He goes down to start the third period. with a 6-1 lead over Vasquez of the Citadel. Little up to his feet early, now a 7-1 lead. And his riding time is secured. Action
in the center mat getting underway as we move up to the 141-pound weight class. A.J. Rallo of Bellarmine. Xander Faturos of Campbell on the center mat.
And Heil, we missed the action, but Heil with the takedown in the third period over on mat 3, now leading 8-5 over Ekman of Bellarmine. As we finish up the match over there, time expires. We're going to look at that takedown on mat number 3. Nice little overhook duck to a high crotch, able to finish off on a double.
Yeah, that was tight the whole time. 5-5, ride time not a factor as that takedown ended up proving to be the winning moment.
And there's a fall on mat number 2 in favor of A.J. Rallo Bellarmine over Xander Faturos Campbell. We'll look at that fall on mat number 2 one more time. Nice power half. Able to secure the turn and settle in for the pin. And we finish up over on mat number 1. Jarvis Little with an 8-1 victory over Tegan Vasquez of the Citadel. All these early matchups are going to be important for the team race. Small victories here early on will be huge in the future. And another thing to keep in mind, championships are often won on the team side, on the back side of the tournament. So as we move into the consolations later today and tomorrow, those will be huge matches to pay attention to. Even though they won't be on the championship side anymore, they will be big for the team race.
Which ended up being very tight last year. It wasn't decided until the very last match when App State finally prevailed. Mat 1, action underway. Hernandez of App State, Dunham of VMI. And you got Higley from Bellarmine versus Otero of Chattanooga. Mason of Chattanooga and Termini of the Citadel duking it out on mat number 3.
Termini to his feet on mat number 3. Mason, the good mat return. Mason leading 3-0. A minute 20 left in the first period. He's got a minute and a half of riding time. Controlling the match over there so far on mat number 3. We're scoreless on mat 1 and 2 right now.
3-0 in favor of Mason over Termini on mat number 3.
And now with about 50 seconds left in the first period, Mason cuts Termini. One escape. We're back to our feet, 40 seconds here in the first. Mason in on a single leg, comes high with it, now around the waist, able to secure both legs, 3-point takedown, extends his lead 6-1 over Termini of the Citadel.
And he's got 2+ minutes of ride time as well over on mat number 3. Still no score on either mat 1 or mat 2.
Termini will start on the bottom to begin the second. He's now to his feet. There's one escape. So we've now got a 6-3 lead in favor of Mason from Chattanooga. Termini in on a high crotch. He's still on his knees, but he looking to finish that off. Mason scooting the corner. Got the ankle hook, but no takedown secured. Termini looking to work around the corner, continuing. Mason following. Locked in the crotch now. I'd expect a stalemate here. There it's called. We're back on our feet.
Have to correct the scoring on mat number 2, make sure that's right. Still no score on mat number 1 in the matchup between Hernandez and Dunham. If they had originally awarded an extra point on mat number 2. So 1-0 in favor of Nate Higley.
Dunham up to his feet on mat number 1. Hernandez with a big mat return. 37 seconds of riding time right now. No score, but Hernandez looking to secure riding time. And we've got action called on the edge on mat number 2. Chattanooga coaches aren't happy with it. They think that Otero secured a takedown there.
That always ends up being I guess some judgment is a lot of times needed in what's a takedown and what's not on the mat, right?
Yeah, it can be hard in the middle of the action. There's a lot of things going on at once. You gotta, as a referee, you gotta keep an eye on all of those things and take them all into account. There's another single leg now for Otero. Chattanooga. Higley extending a scramble here. Trapped an arm. Otero now with his head popped out the back. Gonna need to isolate one leg, but with an arm trapped, it's a difficult job. He's able to do it. Now he's got to clear the top leg in order to pop his head and hopefully get to his takedown. Nothing yet. Higley does a great job bumping hips and squaring up. Action continues. Higley doing a really good job defending here with Otero in on a deep single leg. Otero trying to come out the back again, looking to hook the leg, not able to get to it. And we've got time now on mat number 2. Good interaction there. Otero looking for a takedown and Higley defending tough. We're going into the second. And Otero takes down
Meanwhile, on mat 3, Hunter Mason of Chattanooga leading Thomas Termiti 7-3 as time winds down in the third period there. Finally, a score over on mat number 1. Dunham and Hernandez in the second period.
Looks like we've got a dispute, I believe, on the score. So the refs are going to take a second and review the action, try and understand what happened. Otero on bottom to start the third. Higley looking for some near fall. There was one swipe, but no points secured. Otero up to his feet again. Riding time not a factor right now. Two seconds in favor of Higley. Time ends over on mat number 3 with Mason of Chattanooga with an 11-4 victory over Termini of the Citadel. A cradle locked up on mat number 2. Higley secured some near fall. There's 3 points near fall awarded. Now extending his lead 4-0. He's got to be careful. He's going to get a stall call. There's a stall call against Higley because he dropped down to the leg while he was on top. 5-second count there in favor of Otero. Stall call against Higley. And 1 point awarded.
So we did have a dispute over on mat 1, as Sawyer was saying. Officials back over on mat number 1.
Otero up to his feet, able to get away. There's one awarded. He's right in on a shot, wasting no time. Higley again attacking legs and extending that scramble, able to turn it into a takedown of his own. Now extending his lead 7-2 with 1 minute left here in the match.
These are all quarterfinal matches.
Ride time approaching a minute for Higley on mat 2.
Mat number 3, we've got Washington of Davidson, and DeTulio, Gardner-Webb, 141 quarterfinals. Looks like we've got some blood time on mat number 2.
Meantime, Hernandez and Dunham locked up in a really good one on mat number 1. Ride time is a factor with Hernandez having nearly 2 minutes of it.
With a takedown from Hernandez, leading 4-1 now. Minute 25 left in the match. Higley looking for something a little crazy there. Otero able to get a reversal and now looking for some near fall of his own. He's going to cut him. 25 seconds left in the match. Otero looking to cut Higley. Higley standing to his feet, trying to extend action. Otero now calls it neutral. With 1 point awarded to Higley for that escape. Otero now trailing 8-4. 20 seconds left in this match. Otero in on a single leg. 10 seconds left. Higley now turning it into a double of his own and close to a takedown. Action went out of bounds. 3 was awarded. Both feet secured, and Otero on his butt. Caution now against Higley. 4 seconds left in the match. He's leading 11-5 over Otero, Chattanooga. Here's a replay of the fall on mat number 3. Big win in favor of the running Bulldogs of Gardner-Webb.
That was DeTulio on mat 3, and boy, very engaging on mat 2 between Higley and Otero. That's some of the best action we've seen this morning. Hernandez victorious over on mat number 1 over Dyson Dunham.
Mat 2 now. At 149, we're going to have DeRoser of the Citadel and Morris of Presbyterian. DeRoser, the returning SoCon champ, looking to see if he can secure it again this year.
Yeah, it's always interesting to watch those guys that won their individual titles last year, Sawyer, to see if they can repeat. So that's DeRoser versus Morris of Presbyterian on mat 2.
DeRoser in on a high crotch. Takedown. Not quite a minute of time elapsed in the match. Morris to his feet. DeRoser with a couple of good returns.
Anderson Heap of Davidson, Charlie Sly of Gardner-Webb, 149 pounds on mat number 1. DeRoser with a takedown on mat number 2 to gain a 3-0 lead in center mat action.
There's a takedown on mat number 1 in favor of Heap from Davidson over Sly of Gardner-Webb. 1 minute into the first period. Some scrambling over on mat number 3. There's a takedown called for Kaiser of App State. He's looking for near fall. He's secured it. There's 4 points. Now he's going to look for a fall. 1 minute left in the first period. Near fall hasn't been awarded yet. There's the near fall awarded for Kaiser of App State over Alea VMI.
DeRozier out to a 6-1 lead on mat number 2. Also minute 32 of ride time for the defending champion. Heap with a takedown over on mat number 1. 6-1 in front of Charlie Sly.
We're going into the second period on mat number 3. Kaiser is going to have choice. He takes down. Right now he's leading 7-0 over Alea VMI.
What goes into that decision, Sawyer, of what position to take to start a period?
Well, you know, when it's your decision, you want to play to your strengths. Generally, you'll see a lot of guys go down when it's their decision. That's because they feel like they have a great opportunity to secure an easy point with an escape and then get right back to neutral. But that just depends on where your strengths are. Some guys are great on top, and they're going to choose top because they want to get an opportunity to turn their opponent. There's another takedown for Kaiser. App State after an escape. I had a coach when I was in high school that used to harp on the fact that if you could take a guy down and you could get away from him, then you can beat him. So some people have a philosophy that it's important to work on bottom and getting your escape. Some people really like turns and looking for bonus points in that regard. So it just depends on the wrestler. I would say more often than not, guys are going to go down looking for that one escape.
DeRocher in pursuit of a tech fall, perhaps, here on mat number 2.
Now extending his lead to 13 points, 50 seconds left in the second period. He's looking to cut. Cut Morris. There's 1 point escape for Morris. Now a 12-point lead for DeRocher and another takedown. That's going to be a tech fall. That's the match here with 30 seconds left in the second period on mat 2.
And Carson DeRocher all the way from Helena, Montana. Defending champion with a big win on mat number 2.
Just a nice crisp high crotch from DeRocher to finish up that match. I figure if you wrestle grizzly bears and elk out in Montana, then a couple of guys in North Carolina aren't going to be much trouble for you.
Not that bad. Big leads for Heap on mat number 1, 10-2 over Sly. Kaiser with a big advantage, 11-1 on mat number 3.
Just like any bracketed tournament, early in the tournament here, you're going to see a lot more mismatches, high-seeded guys wrestling low-seeded guys, and so an opportunity to see larger disparities here, but also great opportunity to see some upsets.
Yep. We saw some last year.
That we did. We'll see some today.
Well, it doesn't matter the sport, right? You get into the postseason, upsets are just a part of it.
That's why people love it.
None of the consolation matches this round until we get through all of these quarterfinal matches.
Just over a minute left on mat number 3. Kaiser from App State leading 11-1. We've got a takedown and near fall on mat number 2 for Lavelle of the Citadel, looking for a fall over Hale Anderson of Presbyterian. There's 4 points awarded. Now a 10-1 lead.
Comes into this tournament ranked number 1 in the conference. He's a sophomore sports management major. His opponent
Kaiser, I was just going to say, saw your Kaiser well on his way over on mat number 3.
Heap of Davidson looking for a tech fall over on mat number 1 over Sly of Gardner-Webb. Got a hammerlock. We've got a stalemate, just over a minute left in the match. Heap's leading 16-2. He does have riding time secured. So right now he has the technical fall.
Pin for Lavelle over on mat number 2 to end that one.
Sly with an escape on mat number 1, so Heap now looking for a takedown to finish the match in a technical fall.
This is Heap and Sly. You see them on your screen. Just go back to that 3 mat look for you today.
Now here on mat number 2, Snipes of the Citadel, Vigil of VMI. Snipes last year securing the championship in a exciting fashion, defeating Will Miller of App State. I believe Will, if I remember right, was ranked in the top 5, maybe 3rd or 4th in the nation. Really big upset for Snipes. He's had a good year again this year.
All-conference member Thomas Snipes for the Citadel. It was announced by the league earlier in the week. Heap finishes it off over on mat number 1 for Davidson over Charlie Sly of Gardner-Webb.
Mat number 3, Giordano, Gardner-Webb leading Pretchel. Bellarmine 3-0. 1 takedown secured in the first. Minute 45 left. We got a potentially dangerous call on mat number 2. The ref didn't like Snipes' hand in Vigil's face like that.
I would imagine any time that there's any types of hands or fingers near the eyes or anything like that, you're going to have a call. Price of Appalachian State, Peak of Davidson over on mat number 1. Giordano of Gardner-Webb and Prechtel over on mat number 3.
Giordano looking for some near fall. Close to a reversal there. No change yet called. There's one escape for Pretchel Bellarmine.
See Peak of Davidson, maybe a bit of an equipment issue on mat number 1. Mats 2 and 3 on display for you with a pause on mat 1.
Going into the second period on mat 2. Pretchel with choice. He defers to Giordano, who takes neutral, wants to get another takedown. He's leading 6-1. We're going into the second on mat 2 as well. Vigil going to start on bottom. No score.
It's interesting. It's almost like as the weight classes move through, maybe the strategy for position starts to change a little bit, it seems.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, you'll see just in general, the lighter guys are a little more active, lighter on their feet.
Right.
For obvious reasons. Big mat return for Snipes on mat number 2. Vigil with a nice Granby roll from his feet. He's got a reversal. That's 2 reversal for Vigil VMI. Snipes now on bottom. Minute 17 left in the second. You'll see here Vigil with a nice Granby roll from his feet. Snipes got a little behind, and Vigil was able to scramble and catch Snipes with a little underhook. Almost took him to his back. Good action on mat number 2.
Continues to be some equipment issues for Tanner Peak over on mat number 1. He's having trouble with his headgear.
30 seconds left in the second on mat number 3. Giordano leading 9-1 over Pretchel of Bellarmine. 3 minutes riding time secured, so he has secured riding time for the match. Mat number 2, Snipes, reset on bottom with Vigil riding tough. Snipes to his feet. Just under a minute left in the second. There's an escape. Now, score now 2-1 in favor of Vigil. Just over 30 seconds left in the second period. Score so far, 1 reversal, 2 points for Vigil, and then 1 escape, Snipes.
On mat 3. Now Pete continuing to get that equipment looked at on mat number 1.
Giordano dug a leg out, looked for his escape. Pretchel now with a near leg in. Almost looks like he's got a side headlock. He needs near fall if he's going to close the gap here on mat number 3.
Snipes is going to take bottom on mat 2 as we go into the third period. Good action here on mat number 2.
Snipes, little switch, able to clear his hips and come to his feet. We're all tied at 2. Riding time not a factor. We're going to need to see a takedown for this match to end in regulation.
Tanner Peak finally with that headgear squared away and action resuming over on mat 1.
Snipes in on a low single coming out the back. Vigil to the ankles, trying to pass the leg and turn this into a bit of a scramble. Vigil doing a good job keeping Snipes' hips broke down. There's a potentially dangerous call. Ref trying to protect Snipes' knee there. No change, we're still on our feet.
So approaching a minute left to go in the third period. Tied at 2 on mat 2.
Giordano in on a double leg. No, there's a takedown called. Just under half a minute left in the match. He's got a commanding lead, 13-2, riding time locked in. Here's Giordano in on his double leg. Does a good job keeping action inbounds, getting close